Learn English through Stories U32 Answers PDF. Adapted and modified by Kulwant Singh Sandhu. Contents: Vocabulary 11 tests. Answers 1. Read the film review and choose the best explanation below for each of the words in color. Spider-Man 2002, a big-budget action blockbuster, was warmly received by critics. Based on Stan Lee's classic comic book character, the first movie is the tale of a high school outsider who develops special powers after being bitten by a spider, only to learn that superpowers are no solution to his problems. He also learns that with great power comes great responsibility. The sequel, Spider-Man 2, 2004, was hailed as a masterpiece for successfully combining romance with thrilling adventure and comic touches. Both of these movies filled multiplexes worldwide and grossed millions at the box office. But the third installment, Spider-Man 3, is a huge disappointment, as the strain of coming up with new variations without tampering too much with the format begins to show. Some early action sequences inject a little excitement, but overall, the plot is unimaginative and the script dull. Highlights include a larger-than-usual array of villains: the Sandman, the Green Goblin, and Venom, and state-of-the-art special effects. Die-hard Spider-Man fans will no doubt be satisfied with this alone, but if you look for more in a movie, you'll be disappointed. 1. Blockbuster. A book or film that is highly successful. 2. Based on. B. Developed from something else. 3. Tale. A story. 4. Sequel. A film that continues the story of a previous one. 5. Masterpiece. An excellent book, film, painting. 6. Multiplex. B. A cinema complex with several film theaters. 7. Grossed. B. Earned. 8. Sequence. A part of a film about one event. 9. Plot. B. Storyline. 10. Script. A screenplay. 11. Villains. Evil characters. 12. State-of-the-art special effects. Artificial images created using the latest technology. 2. Complete the text using the words given. Make any necessary changes. 1. Forthcoming events. 2. Is censorship necessary? 3. Auditions for our summer production. 4. The Bristol premiere of Guys and Dolls. 5. Theatrical debut. 6. Rave reviews. 3. Complete the phrasal verbs. You will need to use one preposition twice. The words one writes will never come out the way you envisage. That's the nature of live performance, I suppose. B. In this scene, you've been waiting years for this meeting. That apprehension has to come across on the big screen. C. The prize money was a motive, but the real reason I went in for it was the exposure. I've had my 15 minutes of fame, haven't I? D. And that was the Beatles, with a hit going back to 1965. If you remember those early days of pop and would like to dedicate a golden oldie, just call now. E. What the audience seldom appreciates is how much rehearsal time has gone into a performance before I stand up with the baton. F. My next guest is the actress who first made her debut in the horror flick Bad Dreams and has since gone on to win 2 Oscars. G. Don's performance has to go down as one of the most powerful Hamlets of all time. It's a must-see. H. Sharp picks up the ball on the left, a quick cross to Ballum in midfield. Some really fancy footwork going on here. 4. circle the correct preposition in the following phrases. 1. In many respects. 2. In conjunction with. 3. On a large R, scale. 4. In comparison with. 5. For good. 6. In no time. 7. On the part of. 8. At the forefront of. 1. In many respects she is like her mother. 2. We are working in conjunction with the police. 3. The aim is to expedite urban renewal and carry out projects on a larger scale. 4. My shoes are small in comparison with my sister's. 5. We are hoping for good weather on Sunday. 6. The children ate their dinner in no time. 7. There was no misconduct on the part of the police. 8. Fear of unemployment was at the forefront of everyone's minds. 5. Use the following phrases to complete the text. Video killed the radio star. The first pop videos were made in the 1970s. In comparison with today's video clips, early versions seem primitive, a few shots of the performer, possibly in conjunction with some simple animation. In 1981, a TV channel devoted entirely to the new genre was launched, changing the music industry for good. The channel was MTV. In no time, new videos like Michael Jackson's Thriller were big news. Video had really killed the radio star. In the 1990s, MTV was at the forefront of new developments in music and is now hugely influential. In many respects, music television has benefited the music industry by increasing sales and promoting artists on a larger scale than ever before. However, it is increasingly difficult for new talent to break into the market without television exposure, which requires a huge investment on the part of a record company. 6. Choose the word that best completes the sentence. 1. I'd never been to the ballet before. I just went out of curiosity. 2. Child actors often show great maturity for their age. 3. Journalists are supposed to maintain their objectivity, but theater critics often praise their friends. 4. Attendance at the free concert was said to be over 100,000. 5. The free ticket offer is subject to availability. 6. The charity thanked all the people who gave money for their generosity. 7. Complete the sentences using following nouns. 1. Critics praised his poetry for its originality. 2. I couldn't become a professional dancer. It takes great dedication. 3. Rob couldn't hide his impatience at being made to wait in line for tickets. 4. The play is a dramatization of a novel by Jane Austen. 5. This year's cinema attendance was lower than expected, and profits went down. 6. The doctor's insistence on doing his own stunts surprised everyone. 8. Match each sentence with the most appropriate ending. 1. If a mother nags, she criticizes frequently in an annoying way. 2. If a friend blurts out something, she says something suddenly and without thinking. 3. If an actor mumbles, she is speaking quietly and unclearly. 4. If a man reminisces, he is talking about the past. 5. If your friend is grumbling, he is complaining in a low voice and bad-tempered way. 6. If a speaker is waffling, he talks a lot without saying anything clear or important. 7. If a co-worker butts in, she interrupts someone else's conversation. 8. If your brother snaps at you, he speaks suddenly and angrily. 9. If your friend is chattering, she is talking quickly about trivial things. 10. If a driver swears, she uses words that are offensive. 9. Complete the sentences using these verbs in the correct form, plus a preposition. 1. I wanted to go alone, but my friends insisted on coming with me. 2. I haven't seen Mike for ages. I wonder what has happened to him. 3. It's a very large house. It's divided into 4 apartments. 4. We've been invited to the party, but unfortunately we can't go. 5. I don't believe in ghosts. I think people imagine that they see them. 6. Steve gave me an empty bucket and told me to fill it with water. 7. A burglar is someone who breaks into a house to steal things. 8. Don't try and do 2 things together. Concentrate on one thing at a time. 9. It wasn't easy, but in the end we succeeded in finding a solution to the problem. 10. The car in front of me stopped suddenly. Unfortunately, I couldn't stop in time and drove into the back of it. 10. Complete the second sentence so that it means the same as the first. 1. There was a collision between a bus and a car. A bus collided with a car. 2. I don't mind big cities, but I prefer small towns. I prefer small towns to big cities. 3. I got all the information I needed from the company. The company provided me with all the information I needed. 4. This morning I bought a pair of shoes which cost £80. This morning I spent £80 on a pair of shoes. 5. There are 10 districts in the city. The city is divided into 10 districts. 11. Put in the correct preposition. If the sentence is already complete, leave the space empty. 1. The school provides all its students with books. 2. A strange thing happened to me a few days ago. 3. Mark decided to give up sport to concentrate on his studies. 4. Money should be used well. I don't believe in wasting it. 5. My present job isn't wonderful, but I prefer it to what I did before. 6. I hope you succeed in getting what you want. 7. Ben was injured playing football when he collided with another player. 8. There was an awful noise as the car crashed into a tree. 9. Patrick is a photographer. He specializes in sports photography. 10. Joe doesn't spend much money on clothes. 11. I was amazed when I heard the news. I couldn't believe it. 12. Somebody broke into my car and stole my bay. 13. I was quite cold, but Tom insisted on having the window open. 14. The teacher decided to split the class into 4 groups. 15. I filled the tank, but unfortunately I filled it with the wrong kind of fuel. 16. Some things are difficult to translate from one language into another.